Hey Patriots, Eagle 2. About 6 months ago, I ordered this Harvest Right freeze dryer. It's the large edition. It came with a premier pump under the advice of Jason Rapport, the shady homesteader. Long story short, I am shamefully going to tell you I've been sitting on this for a couple months, but life has been super busy and hasn't been set up yet. So, being as that Russia just invaded Ukraine, and I can imagine energy prices and fossil fuels will skyrocket, and so will the price of food. I'm going to take some time to get this bad boy set up, so hopefully we can do a nice video out of this, and stay tuned, guys. So here's what came in the other box along with the freeze dryer. Lots of different parts. Looks like we got the premier vacuum pump, and then over on this side they've got packed an oil filter. Let's see, we got some oxygen absorbers for later on, preserving the actual freeze dried food, and you guessed it, Mylar bags. Awesome. And then this is impulse sealer, so that's cool. Forgot I even ordered that. Also got the high vacuum pump oil, power cord, hosing, and we got a bunch of extra trays to go in. So stay tuned, we'll try to get this thing set up. Okay, Patriots, we got the freeze dryer and the vacuum pump all hooked up. It's going through a test of functions, and right now we're just checking its ability to freeze. We'll let it run for about 30 minutes. Directions were pretty easy. Came with a nice freeze dryer assembly list. It's pretty easy to follow if I could do it. I am not a mechanical dude, so we'll check the different abilities here. We're going to look at the freezing and the vacuuming and go through each little cycle independently. Make sure it's good to go, and then basically it tells you to burn a batch. In other words, just put some moist bread on the trays and let it be freeze dried so that it can basically kind of suck out any manufacturing smell, stuff like that, and just make sure everything's functioning good. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll take you through a first batch after a while. Alrighty, we'll be testing the vacuum pump now. Let the freeze dryer run for about 30 minutes. And as you can see, it got to about 31 degrees, negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I'm going through the vacuum pump testing procedure per the manual. Stay tuned. Alright, got some bread on the pan. Fixing to do a test batch, or what the guide refers to as a burn batch. Kind of suck the new car smell out of the unit. There's our test batch. Burning a few pieces of whole wheat bread. Stay posted, guys. Everything's been on the up and up so far. Seems fairly idiot proof and automated. If Matto can figure this out, anybody can figure it out. So here you have it, Patriots. Our first burn batch is complete. Got some crispy freeze-dried bread. Run through the Harvest Right freeze dryer. Again, this is the large edition with a premier pump, and went with the large for basically maximum capacity. I think you can put upwards of almost 20 pounds of kind of wet contents in. It might take a while, but you got all 5 of those chambers there, and you can do 20 pounds versus some of the other smaller units are only 10 pounds or less. So I went with a premier pump. This will allow us to do, I think, over 20 batches before we have to change the oil that's in there. So it's basically mineral oil It's not a big process, but there's your sight glass, and you can see as the oil gets dingy. And the Harvest Right guide has been pretty spot on so far, and takes you right through the process. I'll be clear, guys. This is a large investment. This is $3,000 or $4,000 total. But you know what? It allows us to constantly be kind of preparing food. We can definitely use any leftover food we have to prepare and such like that. So, man, I could even just likely order a couple extra pizzas and throw them in there. So when the time comes, I just can't imagine the morale boost that you get from eating, foods that you would usually eat anyway, versus just rice or beans or whatever that you might have stored back, canned food. So this will be an awesome supplement. We've got totes upon totes that we can fill after moving into the house. So there's kind of the background and a little bit about the Harvest Right, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, hit that like button, and tell us that you want more of these types of videos down in the comments. And until next time, we'll remind you guys to carry smart, carry safe, and be prepared beyond just firearms. Thanks, Patriots.